Hi, my name is Erin Simon from the Simon Family Investment Ventures. Last week, I took you on the silver portfolio journey. I hope you enjoyed it. I want you guys to start getting your silver portfolios established. Um, for those of you who want to start investing, this is a great way to start. Silver is very affordable at $25 per ounce. It doesn't require you to understand the nuances of the market, the manipulations. It's not that casino kind of gambling where your investment is super volatile. It's just a great way to get started. It's a great way to get your feet wet with investing. It's a nice stable portion of your portfolio as you gain the confidence to take on a bit more risk. Um, and it's a hard asset, meaning it is something that you can pass down generationally. We really want to start focusing on generational wealth. Okay, we bring these kids into the world and then we expect them to get up, get out, and get something on their own. I feel like, especially as African Americans, that we need to start establishing generational wealth and then teaching or leading by example our children to continue in that vein for the rest of the progeny, right? So each generation teach, each generation build on what was built upon by the former generation. I think it's super important. You're going to hear me talk about that till I'm blue in the face. I'm the mother of 4 sons. My husband and I are raising black men. So we are trying to establish that generational wealth. We have physical silver, but I have about 3,000 to 4,000 ounces in a depository. That highest asset class, those numismatic coins, that goes straight to my depository. That depository, the physical silver we have is for the 4 boys, right? They're not for us, they're for the 4 boys. The depository silver, that's for my grandchildren. I don't have grandchildren yet. It's important that I said I'm just going to do 1,000 ounces per grandchild, and then we're going to round robin it. We'll do some more for the sons, and then we'll do for the second, whoever has the second child, and the third child, and the 4th child. And I'm just going to assume that all 4 of my sons are going to have 4 kids. Right? Let's just make that assumption. Let's build as though that's what's going to happen. And what ends up happening is all of that excess can now be pushed down to the great-grandchildren, and you're still building, and so on and so forth. So that's the kind of mindset that we want to start tapping into. There's also that delayed gratification, right? Rome wasn't built in a day. Nothing that is significant or fruitful happens in a day, right? When you plant that seed for that fruit tree is not going to spring up into a fruit tree and bear fruit today. A lot of these things take time, patience, but most important, consistency. That is an energy you want to tap into. And we're going to talk about a lot of energies and frequencies to tap into in order to get to where you want to be in life. And it's a mindset change, right? Each actionable step is a behavior that started here. So that's what we're just going to discuss a little bit. I'm going to take you on my journey, but I absolutely want to hear about what resonates with you, what works for you, what you're tapping into, and we can have this great build session on how we can build our wealth, how we can reprogram our mind and get that wealth mindset, and how we can pass that on to the next generation and each generation subsequent of that. So with that being said, we're talking about silver. Silver is a divine feminine energy. It is often linked to the moon and associated with the moon. Gold is the color of the sun. It's a divine masculine energy. I want to talk to you real quick about my actual portfolio is Bitcoin and silver. Bitcoin, when you see that B, it's either orange with the white B or it's gold with the white B. That's a divine masculine energy. It's very powerful energy. It takes solar energy in order to mine Bitcoin. So even spiritually in my portfolio, that Bitcoin is married to my silver. in a sense, right? The two are working together. Bitcoin is kind of volatile. It runs, right? It goes from 13,000 to 20,000, but it's volatile and have that pullback. You lose 3,000 in a day. So it's extremely volatile. It's very powerful. The silver is a lot more stable. That divine feminine energy typically is. It's a very stable energy. You notice that in certain relationships, maybe hubby's the hothead and the wife is the reason. Especially when you watch like TV shows, the wife is always, the one that reasons like, hey, we need to think about this. And so just kind of think about it in that sense. One of the most important aspects of silver spiritually that resonates with me is that it used to be used to create mirrors, right? Like LeBron James, likely the mirrors in his house are probably pure silver, right? So it has a reflective property. When you hear the old wives' tale, the superstition, if you break or crack this mirror, you have 7 years bad luck. That was the wealthy protecting their assets. It is not true. It is a superstition. It only works if you believe it. Okay? It is just simply the wealthy trying to get their domesticated workers who don't understand the value of wealth, right, not to break or damage this asset, this hard asset, this very expensive, valuable, full-length mirror that could be, 20 to 40 ounces of silver or 150 ounces of silver, just depending on how big and ornate the mirror is. But that reflective property spiritually is what I want to tap into. For me, it says, what am I looking at? What am I seeing? What do I need to improve upon? What's fantastic? When you look at yourself in the mirror, is my hair fixed? Does my face look okay? Do I have on too much makeup? Do I have anything on my face? You want to use that same ideology that you use when you look in the physical mirror into your spiritual reflective mirror. What energy do I want to tap into? When we buy our silver coins, and we're going to go through this journey together, all of the silver coins, all of my silver, with the exception of the bars and even some of the bars, have a symbol on it. Your mind, your subconscious mind works with symbols, right? That's why logos are so impactful and so powerful, because it communicates a whole concept in just a little letter, in some colors, however they set that logo up, it communicates that whole concept to your subconscious mind. You want to do the same thing as if you want to program yourself. You don't want, Procter & Gamble and all of these other companies programming your mind for you, right? You want to use that strategy that they use, you use it for yourself so that you can tap into wealth and you can begin to establish a wealth mindset and the ability to operate and navigate in a world filled with wealth, right? The first piece, we talked about my hand-poured relics in the last video. It is a very significant portion of my silver portfolio. But even with the rounds, I look at these symbols and something resonates with me. I have this great revelation of this energy that I want to tap into. The first one that I want to show you is Nefertiti. Okay, and she's super important to me. Most people know Nefertiti for her grace, but I just want to tell you a little bit about her and what resonated with me. Nefertiti was King Ramses II wife. She was not only beautiful, she was graceful. And it was the gracefulness that really emphasized her beauty. She was the queen of the people. Long after her death, we are still talking about how beautiful she is because that was the energy that she emanated, right, amongst the people. When I look at this coin, one of the things I always want to show you is always teaching, right? So this is the Nefertiti hand-poured relic. Whenever you're ordering your silver, there's certain aspects you want to look into. This particular coin is 5 troy ounces, so that's how you know you have real silver. This is 0.999 fine silver, which means it's 99.9% pure silver. It was minted in the Republic of Chad, right? So you got these different aspects that tell you that you have real silver. With Nefertiti, she was a graceful wife. She was beautiful, but she complemented the kingdom. When we are building wealth, I'm married and my husband is an investor. We are building wealth together. Not only am I his wife, but I am his business partner. So it's important that this kingdom that my husband is so successfully trying to establish and to build, that I am able to complement that energy. I'm able to complement what he does. My husband spends a lot of time teaching me the market. He spends a lot of time teaching me the nuances of the market, understanding physical wealth, understanding how money works, understanding how interest works, understanding compound interest. And what he's doing is he is leveraging his strength against my weakness by making me strong in that area. He's constantly giving me information in order for me to attain a mastery in wealth. And that's very important. So when I tap into this energy, I want to be able to gracefully gain all of those things so that I complement the kingdom of Simon that he is trying to establish. I want to be that graceful wife. You want to be beautiful, right? It's very important. You're married, you're young, you want to keep yourself up. We both work from home. My husband, like I said, he's an investor. I am a global contractor for a tech company. And even though I work from home, I get up, I do my hair, I put on a little bit of makeup, I dress nice, and I do keep myself up, not just for my husband, for myself, right? Because when you look good, you feel good, you do good, right? But at the same time, I am I want to say, like, I want to keep my marriage, I want to keep it fresh. I want to keep it spicy. I want to look cute for him. We worked in the office together, did my little prance by him. He's got his office downstairs. My office is up here. I'm talking to you from my office. I want to keep that little spice alive. We're young. We got 4 kids, so, it's been kind of spicy. But just the energy that you want to tap into, and that's what this piece says to me, right? Grace, beauty, complementing the kingdom that's being established, leading by example. I have 4 sons, and I want, when they pick their wives out, that their wives have a level of my example. Right? I want them like, my mom was super graceful, or, my mom communicated really well, even during conflict. I would like to lead by example so that they attract that type of energy and have thriving marriages and thriving partnerships, and able to have those women complement the kingdom that their father and I have established for them, and so on and so forth down the progeny line. And I think that's super important. Next week, I am going to do another hand-poured relic with you. We're not going to do it tonight, but I just want to show it to you. So this is Isis leading the queen Nefertiti. So it's a different queen. It's not Nefertiti, it's Nefertiti. Isis is leading Nefertiti, and this tells me from a spiritual aspect, this is my higher self leading me. That's what it says to me. Okay? On the back is Isis the protector. Do you see how she has her wings out? She's the great mother. Mothers always protect their children. Again, I'm the mother of 4 sons. So this protection is an energy that I definitely tap into. But not only protect them physically, protect them spiritually and intellectually, right? If I give my children the power where they can't be programmed and conditioned by the world who's going to try to fuck them up, that's protecting them. Right? I ask questions. I do my own research. You're not going to program me with your bullshit. That's protection that a mother teaches her children. As you can see behind me, my office is also our homeschool. Okay, we have all of the posters and stuff on the wall. Everybody's homeschooling now because of COVID, but we've been homeschooling for the last 5 years. So we did everything we could to pull our children out of the system. We're not a part of any system. My children, I call them free range children. I call my husband and I a free range couple. We're not in love in captivity. We left the United States. We left all their bullshit ass, systematic white supremacy principles, and we established our own little thing. So again, we're tapping into these energies in order to establish not just physical financial wealth, but spiritual wealth, intellectual wealth, emotional wealth, right? Where when we talk about program and conditioning, you are being traumatized on a daily basis with the things that they show on television. They're constantly showing black men being killed and slaughtered by the police. There's a lot to it that as I go into this with you, you will be able to kind of cleanse, clear, reflect on. That introspection is very important, and that's how we get to wealth. It is absolutely how we get to wealth. There's a lot of people who don't even feel that they deserve wealth. Like, you got to combat those money blocks. You got to combat those blocks that keep you from the opportunity to gain wealth. There are people who will talk to them about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is another portion of my portfolio, like we talked about. And because they don't understand it, they don't look into it. They don't even think, like, this might be something. Let me at least look into it before I make my decision. And that's just a fear, right? I had one girl tell me that there's this program where you can get these commission checks, and she wasn't interested in it because she didn't want to make too much money and have to pay the IRS. That's a ridiculous reason to not want to make money, is because you don't want to pay the tax on it. So as we're doing this journey, we do want to start looking into that self-reflection. We want to start digging into, what energy do I want to tap into? What energy do I carry that I need to acknowledge and transform? So as we're doing this, I'm hoping that you guys share your journeys with me. I'm absolutely going to share mine with you. The last thing that I want to share with you is I talk to you about these numismatic coins. I'm going to talk to you about the numismatic coin in every single video regardless, and I'll tell you why. The numismatic coins, the MS70, the PR70, is the highest asset class of silver. You don't know where to start? Start there, okay? That is being consistent and getting that coin every month. You are getting the level of silver that appreciates significantly. If you would have purchased the numismatic coin, MS70, from 1986 every month till 1996, those 120 coins would be worth $1.2 million today. Okay, they significantly increase in value. You have to be consistent with it, right? So we talk about consistency. Consistency is a habit. It is a behavior that is going to give you success. No matter what you're consistent in, you will find success in it, because slow and steady wins that race. The numismatic coins, if you don't know where to start with your silver portfolio, just get one of those coins every single month. You can buy them for you. You can buy them for your children, okay? When we talk about the MS70, I explained to you that they're examined by a numismatist. All right, this person examines the silver and rates it on what's called a Sheldon scale from 1 to 70, 70 being perfection. Here's the energy you are tapping into. When you hear the term perfection, I know a lot of you think perfect, not flawed. No. When you hear the term perfection, I want you to think mastery, right? You have perfected your craft. There has been a level of consistency that has been so impressive that you have attained mastery. Getting that coin to you every single month, you are tapping into mastery with the actionable step of consistency. every single month. Again, it is a hard asset that appreciates significantly in value, can be handed down as generational wealth, and you're practicing that delayed gratification. Again, you want a fruitful tree? Guess what? Plant the seed, water it, take care of it, and you'll eventually get that fruitful tree. And when you get it, it is going to continuously bear that fruit. Think about that, right? That one seed is going to give you fruits for multiple seasons. You want to have that type of mindset in order to gain wealth, because that's what wealth is. It is something that compounds. It is something that continues to grow. It is that current that continues to come in, but you have to take that actionable step in order to bring that type of energy to you. I implore you to, if you just want to get started, don't know anything about investments, the hard asset is the way to go. It is stable. It significantly appreciates in value. It's been around over 6,000 years. With your numismatic coin, it is examined by a third party, and I'm going to go through that with you in the next video one more time. It is examined by a third party agency, and it is rated on a scale of 1 to 70, that 70 being a perfection. You can get that perfection coming to you every single month. It is an energy you are ushering into you every single month. And that energy is consistency to mastery. Okay? I hope you guys have a great night. I hope to see you next week as we go through the relics and the energy that you want to be tapping into, the frequency to tap into. For those of you who do have coins and do have these great silver pieces, I would love to hear about the energy that you're tapping into. And now you're probably aware of it. Like, hey, I got some coins. Let me look at it. And this is what this said to me. I want to hear your journey, just like I'm sharing my journey with you. Again, my name is Erin Simon. I hope to see you guys next week. Have a great night.